Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Body Mind Healing. My name is Maria Sanchez. I am a holistic health consultant, a family nurse practitioner, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and a doctor in nursing practice. The case for today is anxiety versus panic. Anxiety attacks and panic attacks are distinct but related brain responses. Both anxiety and panic are responses to perceived threats, but they involve different brain processes and have distinct characteristics. Below is a comparison and overview of the brain regions, neurotransmitters, and key differences involved in each. Anxiety is a gradual, prolonged response. The onset is a gradual build-up in response to perceived stressors or threats, either specific such as an upcoming exam or general such as a persistent worry. The brain regions involved in anxiety are the amygdala, which is the fear center of the brain. In anxiety, it becomes hyperactive, triggering heightened fear responses even in the absence of immediate danger. The prefrontal cortex is involved in emotional regulation and decision-making. Dysregulation of this part can impair its ability to modulate the amygdala, resulting in persistent anxiety. The hippocampus plays a role in memory and learning. In anxiety, it may associate neutral cues with past threats, triggering anxiety. The hypothalamus regulates stress responses through the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal or HPA axis. Chronic anxiety can lead to dysregulation and increased cortisol levels. In other regions, such as the insula, that is the internal body state awareness, the anterior cingulate cortex, that is the emotional regulation, and the brainstem also contribute to anxiety. The neurotransmitters involved in anxiety include serotonin, which is often lowered in anxiety disorders, affecting mood regulation. GABA or gamma-aminobutyric acid, the dysregulation of it can contribute to heightened anxiety. Norepinephrine is involved in the fight or flight response and can be elevated in anxiety. The glutamate may be increased in some anxiety disorders. Panic is a sudden, intense fear response. The onset is sudden and intense, often occurring unexpectedly or triggered by specific situations such as phobias. Brain regions involved in panic are the amygdala, which is hyperactive during a panic attack, triggering an intense fear response. The brainstem, particularly the locus coeruleus, which produces norepinephrine, leading to physical symptoms like rapid heartbeat and shortness of breath. The hypothalamus activates the sympathetic nervous system, triggering the fight or flight response. The periaqueductal gray is involved in defensive behaviors and can elicit panic-like symptoms. The insula that presents heightened awareness of internal body sensations and contributes to the physical symptoms of panic. In the prefrontal cortex, where there might be temporary decrease in its ability to regulate the intense fear response from the amygdala and the brainstem. The neurotransmitters involved in panic attacks are similar to anxiety, but with more pronounced dysregulation. Norepinephrine increased activity contributes to physical symptoms, the serotonin is often reduced in panic, and the gamma-aminobutyric acid lowers levels and contribute to heightened anxiety and panic. The key differences between anxiety and panic attacks. The onset in anxiety is gradual, and in panic is sudden and abrupt. The intensity in anxiety is less intense and more sustained, and in panic is very intense and peaks quickly. The duration in anxiety goes from minutes to hours to days, and in panic peaks within minutes and subsides quickly. The triggers in anxiety are identifiable stressors or general worry. In panic often occurs unexpectedly or with a specific trigger. The brain activity in anxiety is more widespread, sustained changes. In panic is intense, rapid activation of fear network. The key regions of anxiety are the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, the hippocampus, and the hypothalamus. In panic, we have the amygdala, the brainstem, especially the locus coeruleus, and the periaqueductal gray, as well as the hypothalamus. To summarize, anxiety is a chronic anticipatory response to potential future threats involving a slower, more sustained activation of brain regions like the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, and the hippocampus. It is associated with heightened sensitivity to stress and a lower intensity response. And panic is an acute, intense response often triggered by specific situations or occurring unexpectedly. It involves rapid activation of the amygdala, brainstem, and hypothalamus, leading to extreme physical symptoms and overwhelming fear. Although distinct, these conditions are related. People with anxiety disorders are more likely to experience panic attacks, highlighting the overlap in brain activity and neurochemical imbalances. Understanding the neurological mechanisms of both can inform better treatment options, including therapy and medications targeting specific brain circuits. May the light of truth and supreme consciousness illuminate us and love transform us. Until next time.